Welcome back to Mrs. Lockhart's Arty Adventures. Now last week we started our amazing adventures by creating a suitcase for you to, and you packed it ready to go on a journey. We weren't quite sure where that journey was going to be to, but over the last week you have created some wonderful suitcases and I have had a look at them and I'm so impressed with your ingenuity and imagination that you've taken to make your suitcases out of whatever materials that you found at home and the kind of things that you have packed. So you've made passports, some of you have put little stamps in there already showing me where you've been to, and some of you have done a wish list of the places that you'd like to go to, and I've seen some wonderful things packed inside. So there was mine from last week, but inside yours I've seen lovely clothes, fantastic shoes, wonderful jewellery that you're going to take with you, and lots of wonderful things, including, I think I saw a Pikachu on somebody's design that was coming with them. I saw quite a few different teddies on people's packed in people's bags, and I did see some unicorns. I didn't have a unicorn in the house, but somebody did mention that they would like to find out more about sloths. So I have got a sloth here that we were finding out more about on our adventures. So I think from what you said, we're going to be going to places like Japan, LA, the Brazilian rainforest, Venezuela, and lots more places. So it was really lovely to see what you did last week, and well done for that. Now this week, we've got to start planning how we're going to get to all those different destinations. And I don't know if you've ever been on a road trip of your own, or what holidays you've been on. Have you been on a plane? Have you been on a boat? Have you been in your car? Have you been on a train? So we're thinking about, if you were going to get to all these different places, how would you like to get there and what mode of transport? Now I've been busy designing my own mode of transport here. I thought if I was going to go with somebody, I would like to go with Snoopy, because he's one of my favourite characters from when I was a child. And with all the lovely sunshine at the minute, I thought it'd be lovely to go in a little convertible Volkswagen. So there's Snoopy in a convertible Volkswagen. What I want us to do today is think about what kind of vehicle you would like to go in. So thinking about the kind of vehicle you would like to do, think about how many people are going to go with you. Have you got some people you would like to take with you? So I've got Snoopy and Woodstock with me. Who would you like to take with you? Would it be your family? Or would it be a friend that you've not seen in a while? Would it be a group of friends, maybe your whole class? So have a think about who you'd like to fit into this vehicle, because that might determine how big it needs to be. And then, is there any special things you'd like it to be able to do? So now a train might be nice. I do like the idea of a steam train, because I've always enjoyed, I used to live opposite the railway line, and there used to be every Thursday morning a steam train would go past me, and it'd be lovely watching it drive past, the steam coming out. So it might be that you would quite like a train journey, and that'd be a lovely way to see the world. So you might be thinking, yes, I'd like to go by train. You might be thinking maybe a bit more solo. I want to go on my own, on my adventures, and maybe it's kind of you and your monster truck or whatever. You've got quad bike, and you might be thinking, I want to go on a single adventure. I'm off on my own after being with your family or whoever you want to be, so you want a bit of you time. It might be that you want to go by plane or something, so you might be thinking, yes, this one looks like one that could land on water as well. It's got no special bit, so maybe it's a plane that can land on water. So, classic here. So I've got my Volkswagen convertible. Maybe you want to go in a Mini. That is my husband's favourite, Mini. So maybe you're thinking, yes, I'd like to go by car and pack my car. It could be that you're thinking maybe, my son's favourite film is Back to the Future. So maybe if you had a special kind of car that could take you not only around the world, but maybe back in time and into the future, that would be pretty amazing. So on our travels, maybe we could go back in time in ancient Egypt, maybe we could go into the future and see what Britain would look like in the future. So maybe you're thinking more futuristic like that, or some sort of kind of special mobile. So like we have the Batmobile, can't remember how to open it. So has it got special functions, a bit like James Bond or any other kind of superhero or super star that would be able to kind of have special jetpacks? Maybe it's got special things that kind of make it go faster than the speed of light. I don't know, you have a think. Or there's got another Batmobile here, a boat version. So maybe actually a boat would be quite a nice way to travel. So you could go by boats. I'd quite like a sailing ship or something to sail the world at my own leisure. So have a think, here's my sailing boat, of the different types of vehicles that you might want to travel by. Now, when you've had a little think and you've thought, right, I want to take so and so and so and so, so it's going to need to fit 3 people, 4 people, then have a think, right, what what would I like it to be? Is it going to be a boat? Is it going to be a plane? Is it going to be all those things? Is it a special machine? Remember those ones in London? Are they the duck tours or something? They're little kind of minibuses and then they can go into the water. They always scare me a bit, but they always look like quite good fun as well. So maybe it's got powers that can be, and it can do lots of different things. Now, the things we're going to need today to get it started, first of all, we're going to need pencils, colouring pencils or felt tips, maybe a rubber or a sharpener if your pencil's a bit blunt, some paper to get our ideas down. Because today is going to be all about ideas and imagination. Now, some of you know my cushions, and they come out when someone uses their imagination or they have some amazing ideas. They come out and that person gets to kind of sit on those during the lesson. Now, I've got a special guest with me today who helped me design our vehicle for this week. I'm going to introduce Stanley. Come on up, Stanley. Now, this is Stanley, and I was coming up with some designs, and I asked Stanley, so Stanley, if you were going to travel the world, what kind of vehicle would you design? And he came up with, do you want to tell them what it is, Stan?
A party bus for the whole school.
A party bus for the whole school, not just his class, but for the whole of Field Primary School. But at the time, you were kind of doing it for his school as well. But he was thinking he was designing it for Field, so we've even got to welcome Field Primary School. And tell me more about this bus design, Stan. What have we got on here? What are these bits here?
A party floor, and you can have a disco in that bit.
So it's a bus with a disco in it. It looks like a glitter ball going on there. What's in this section?
Comfy chairs and a TV.
Comfy chairs and TV, that sounds really nice. What's over in here?
That's the sliding door, and that's like the controls of the bus.
Ah, so whoever's driving the bus will be in there. It looks like it's got a top deck to this bus. What's going on the top deck, Stan?
There's a glitter ball, and there's a mini pool, and there's a TV, but that's like in a room kind of. And there's a table with all those things with juice in.
Oh, so you can go and kind of help yourself to snacks and juice and everything. How's that? What's this bit?
That's some of those things you have at beaches where you lie back, and a palm tree.
Fantastic. So it looks like a party bus that everyone will be able to enjoy. It can fit the whole school, so that must be quite a big bus going on there. But I love the idea that whilst you're travelling, you're having lots of fun and catching up with your friends.
And also it can float.
It floats as well.
Go in.
Wow, that sounds fantastic. So we're going to have a go at making that later, are we, Stan? Yeah? Fantastic. Right, thank you, Stan. We'll come back to Stan in a minute. Now, if you want to sit back down, Stan. So I'm going to pause in a minute, and you are going to design me your vehicle to travel by. So get your pens ready, get your pencils ready. Here's my pencil, and see what you can come up with in the next 15 minutes. Okay, see you in a minute. Bye.